And the knitters are here. Here we are trying to do a podcast socially distanced. We're all staggered and trying to keep some distance apart. We tried to do the Zoom thing and it just wasn't working technologically, so we opted for this version.
Yeah, because we wanted to be together, but yet at the same time try to maintain some distance and keep things the way it needs to be.
Yes.
For now.
That's right.
And our temps are good.
Temps are good.
No symptoms.
We've washed.
Yep.
We're
No
not
symptoms.
hugging.
Air hugs.
Yes, absolutely. And we just couldn't wait any longer, and we wanted to get back out and do another podcast for everyone and for us. We just wanted to be together.
For us, we
And
need
in
to
our
be together.
area, we are allowed to gather in groups no more than 10.
Yes.
So there you go.
Check.
There's only 4.
And the cat.
I was gonna say the camera's set up on the cat's tree because it's really big, so I can't guarantee that there won't be a big old tail sometime within the camera.
Or
Probably not.
the camera falling and collapsing and like all this jargled noise.
Yeah. So we hope all of you are doing well through this crisis of the COVID and that you're healthy and well and safe. And we're just glad to be back. We've been somewhat busy knitting and not knitting and just life in general. So this podcast is just going to kind of be, what is that called? Impromptu.
Yes.
So off the cuff and a little bit of what we've been knitting, a little bit of what we've been doing, some adventures, and life in general.
Like that foot of yours.
Oh, let's see if I can get it up. Oh, I got the big boot. So back in May, I had scheduled foot surgery that I really thought was going to get canceled, but they opened up the elective surgery here in Ohio May 1st, I think. So
Yes.
Everything went full steam ahead, and it's a little over 3 weeks out, and I'm allowed to walk on it now. So that's been great. And in 3 more weeks, I should be in a regular shoe. We won't talk about the ginormous pin that's in my foot that needs to come out. So maybe I can keep it and use it as a knitting needle.
Oh, but then
That
you
could
only
be
have one.
fun.
You have another surgery to get up.
Well, the thing is the other foot may happen. It's just, I think right now, knowing what was involved in this, the other foot's going to happen when it absolutely has to, which it doesn't have to right now.
So how does this happen? So we were celebrity guests on a Zoom podcast.
Yes, that's right.
For Artful Yarn in Chagrin
Sure.
Falls. We got to join them for one of their Sunday meetings
For these Zoom
and
meetings,
had a question and answer session with them. So that was fun.
Yeah, Kathy Hogan up at Artful Yarn in Chagrin Falls was so kind to invite us, and there was like 18 people,
Yeah.
I thought. I mean, it was a lot of squares,
Yeah.
and
I
they
had
were
3
so
pages of,
Yeah, I did too.
at least 3
I
pages
did
of
too.
stuff, so there might have been more than.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was fun. They did a Q&A, asked us questions, how we got started, and
why?
The thump you just heard was my flip-flop falling off my foot.
and the chime. Like your
Yeah.
chime.
And speaking of Artful Yarn, we ordered cute little bags from the Artful Yarn, little zipper pouch, and that is available on their website.
Mine
So-
just came in the mail today.
Did it come with the stuff inside?
No,
Oh.
that's
But it did come with a little.
Yes, mine was pineapple.
Pineapple?
Yes.
Little pockets.
Oh, it has a pocket in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, that's in the language I don't understand. Pineapple, where did you see?
No, mine was pineapple scented, which I can't smell the pineapple because I washed this in it, and I'm not smelling pineapple. Pineapple.
Pineapple.
She's kind of investigating.
I'm investigating.
What? I don't know what
I had
smell it is.
I had purchased a kit. Back it up. I had purchased a kit from the Artful Yarn. It's called it's the Martin Story. It's this big throw cushion. It's not a pillow. It's called a cushion. So there's multiple squares, and it's using Rowan yarn. However, I'm notorious for buying kits and then saying, "Oh, this would make a nice sweater."
That's not its purpose.
So I
It wants to be a cushion.
It
It
wants
wants
to
to
be
be
a
a cushion. Would you just make the cushion?
I know, but it's like, that's a really pretty blue, but I'm sure Kathy would have no problem selling me more yarn to make a sweater. So I've got my pattern and
She'll
my
probably say,
needles.
no, Jen, no.
I don't
Yeah.
know how the cat's gonna like a knit cushion.
Yeah.
See, maybe I should make a knit cushion.
Stop it! She needs to make the
She's
cushion.
gonna make dough on it and prick it because
Yeah.
she still has her claws. So, but I've never used Rowan, and
I like Rowan.
yeah, and superwash. So I'm kind of curious about that. And I started thinking of some of Isabel Kramer's worsted weight sweaters, and I'm like,
Of course, my mother called it Rowan.
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 Nice. So yeah, so that's another acquisition. So it's an acquisition within an acquisition, but it lived in a box until I got the bag because it had to go together because it's from Artful Yarn. Yeah. So. it's-
Well, and so yarn and life. Who's been knitting a lot?
knitting a lot. Well, you guys have. I'm a teacher, so we finished our school year, and plus I have a 2 hour not 2 hour 50, about an hour drive to work each week. Sometimes it goes about 2:15, depending on stops. And so not only am I teaching from home, but I gained 2 hours, maybe 2 hours 15 minutes every day for knitting. Of course, because that's what I do.
Not
with that.
housework.
Not housework, no. Because, life in general stayed the same, but then I had this bonus time at the end because I didn't have to go to bed so early and wake up so early. So knitting from home, working from home afforded me a little extra knitting time. You two, on the other hand, have not had a break.
I've
during
had
this
a lot
time.
of overtime,
Yeah.
unnecessary overtime, cutting into my time.
I've had a fair amount of overtime as well. I'm at the office a little bit before 8 and I'm there an hour usually after everyone else is gone just because we've had some staffing issues, some people haven't come back yet. So instead of my weeks being split between doing hygiene and doing administrative, I'm hygiene 5 days a week instead of the normal 4 that we work. I'm working 5 days a week, and I think in May the only weekday I had off was Memorial Day. So yeah, and I should have every Friday off, but
Yeah.
June isn't going to be a ton better. Let's just see. As I'm hoping to get my last 2 people back not this coming week, but the following week, and if that happens, then life can resume some normalcy.
Yeah.
And at least you're employed.
And thank heavens,
Yes.
I'm very blessed. I have been very blessed. I worked half-time during the shutdown, and then we went full steam ahead when we reopened May 4th. We could have opened on Friday the 1st, but we waited till Monday the 4th. So it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm happy to have the job because then I can buy the yarn
Right.
with all the overtime. But I also would like to have some time for me that doesn't revolve around someone else and their schedule. That would be nice.
So, continuing what we've been knitting, I knit this, which is the Monterey Tee
Adorable.
from Wool Studio. And it is made out of bamboo pop, which I've never used before, and I love it.
I want to make that.
It's a combination of cotton and bamboo, and it doesn't seem to stretch as much as the normal cotton. But I got really tired of doing this lace pattern, so I only did the shoulders.
I like that.
I
On
like
the back.
that.
I like
So
that
let's
detail.
be- Turn it around if I want to. So,
That is such a nice
True.
detail to that. Oh my
so
goodness.
I like that.
Was it extremely challenging, the lace work?
Yes,
Definitely
because
not
I always
TV.
watch TV.
Yeah.
What I'm doing. The other thing I did was the in the round version of the Cancun boxy sweater, which is really fun because you get to put in all these different variants of yarn overs and knit 2 togethers, and I put in a couple of my own compared to what the pattern calls for, so you can really play with it.
And what's that one called again?
Um, the Cancun boxy sweater is the bottom up, and it's a free pattern.
Uh-huh.
And the in the round version, also free pattern, is Sierra's lacy tunic.
So you morphed 2 patterns together.
No,
No,
Oh,
no, no.
no.
That's what I was thinking
Okay.
too. Yeah, yeah.
No, I did this one.
Sierra took the Cancun and did it so
So
that it
you
goes
could
in
do
the
it in the
round.
round.
But, and she gives credit to the person who designed the.
And you basically put in the measurements you want and then, calculate your stitch number and.
And in Cancun's page, it tells you if you wanna do this in the round, look
Go
at
at-
Sierra's.
Nice.
And then Sierra has, the other, this is
Yes.
redesigned from
Right.
hers, so they're very.
And the last thing I finished, but I don't have with me here, is at Longtail Knits, there was a version of this there, what's it called? Cusco, 3-colored cable cow. But I had this yarn from previously in Seattle, and I made a scarf with the same pattern as the cow, and I sent that off to somebody again. I don't have it. And then I did finish my Navelli, but I think you saw that on the last podcast from Black Locust Farm.
Yeah. No, I don't know if I showed my Navelli or not. I can't remember if I did or not. So cute. It's really nice. I like how the length of it.
Well, I did it just as a scarf because I wasn't sure if she would
Yeah.
wear it.
Right.
Okay.
Now you're gonna do another one as a scarf
Alright.
or a cow.
No.
Oh, you did it in that and sent it off.
Yes.
All right, I'm a little
It's on
slow
my
today.
Ravelry page. So
Connecting the boxes.
Well, I hear it's a legitimate term to call it COVID brain.
Yeah.
So I'm riding that train as long as I can until the next catastrophe shows up, and then I'll just name it that.
I'm gonna borrow that for a long time.
That's right. Oh my goodness.
Well, I finished my Navelli. See? Look. Don't look at anything but the sweater.
That is so
It
nice.
is so cute, those colors.
I
turned out
really like
gorgeous.
the top, but this blue that's here,
Uh-huh.
you kind of lose the detail of the color work right here in that.
Oh, so would
Yeah.
you have reversed it then? Would you have done the gold as the blue and the blue where the gold is?
No, I think if I would have known it was going to do that, I would have just skipped the color work there. Just went
yeah.
straight into the bottom.
I like it there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Because you can kind of see it, but not really.
It's so
But yeah, my belly button's like right here, so it's pretty cropped.
Yeah.
And I aggressively blocked it because, I have a chest.
It
So
fits
we
you
had to
very
make
well.
it go away.
Not the boob tube.
Yeah, I didn't want it because it was sectioning right there.
That's
That
really
wasn't-
nice.
I will never have that problem.
But yeah, I like it. I wore it to work with a long gray dress underneath.
Oh,
Linen dress.
Oh,
So it picked up the gray.
Nice, very nice.
It's one thing I finished.
nice.
I have not, well, the only thing I finished were these ear savers that I was making
Oh,
for the masks. And I don't
Those are
even
good
carry this
colors.
with me.
That's right.
So yeah, well, that's for my staff, basically.
I made 2 hats.
Oh,
For my
so
shop.
cute. Those.
Can you imagine the little child running around with those little pom
Those
poms?
are so
Little hat.
cute. That's cute.
It's like a puppet.
I love it.
So yeah, I made those.
Those will be in your shop.
That's about as far as I got with anything finished because I work.
But you're still working on your Navelli.
I am
So
still
that's
working
all-
on my
oh,
Navelli.
yeah.
Yeah. Now you have some finished objects.
I do. So I didn't bring the pattern for this, but this is by Petite Knits, which cracks me up because I'm not petite. It is the Anker summer shirt out of DK, and I use Spun Right Round, Super Squish or something like that. Called Sarah Made Me a Playlist was the colorway. I had received 2 skeins in a basket at the Discovery Yarn Tour from Artful Yarn. I won that basket, and then I went back and bought the 3rd. And I used every bit of all 3 skeins. I don't know if I would use, if I made this again, I think I'd use a salad because you lose all of the
Yeah.
ribbing up here.
Yeah.
But I had the yarn, and it was all about stash busting for me. So I was trying to come up with as many projects on my stash and use that up. However, a lot of other knitting did not involve stash busting. This Cast On Studio,
Wow.
Grande had a sale on her Brooklyn Tweed. So I'm gonna double up and dye, and he's It's hot. So this is a wave of change. I did go, I think, 1 or 2 rounds longer. I lost the color on that, but it's called Garnet by Brooklyn Tweed. I haven't put the closures on yet. I don't know if I'm going to do a snap or just leave it and maybe get one of those jewel clasps.
Yeah,
to hold
I
it.
think I would just leave it and put some, because then you could change up whatever
Yeah.
kind of clasping.
So I washed it last night. I didn't block it, but I did wash it because, and actually I tossed it in the dryer just for a tiny bit because the weight of this big yarn kind of started pulling it down a little bit. So I threw it in the dryer just for a little bit to pull it back together. But that's by Bayron Handmade. I think I've got, I have the pattern right here. Bayron Handmade. Denise Bayron, I don't know if I'm saying that right, and I used the Quarry by Brooklyn Tweed.
Wait, what's on the other side of that?
Oh, I was trying to save paper and print on both sides, so
Something from her kids.
life of
little
a tadpole. Yeah, and I used a bag. My sister sometimes she'll get these crazy wild hairs and just make things. So she has some spare fabric and made me a cute little project bag for my birthday.
That's really cute.
Love it.
So that's what I
You
had.
should sell them.
She'll make them, and then I don't even know if she had a
Like
pattern.
on a whim.
Yeah.
She just decided,
She just makes stuff. Yeah.
Today is sewing day.
I need a pattern. She doesn't.
Yeah, I
She
need a
just
pattern.
makes things.
Wow.
And then I just finished Vertices Unite by
Oh my
Stephen
goodness.
West
Wow.
in fingering weight.
Oh,
That is one heck of a lot of knitting.
Yeah.
And the thing is because it's that garter stitch, like once you figured out the increases and how it flew.
Yeah.
And it was great for TV watching
Because
and
that
stuff
kind
like
of
that.
reminds me of
What
the.
size needle did you use?
4. Yeah.
I think something garter stitch on it too, and it seems to take
Yeah.
forever.
And
I
then
did garter stitch scarf on 4. You know how well that went for me.
this last section was supposed to all be this color, but once again, I was trying to stash bust, but then didn't have the right yarn for this panel, so I had to go over to Black Locust, had to.
Had to.
And Kathy
Curbside
found me
pickup.
the perfect color to go in there. So this is by Destination Yarn. It's called Arabian Sea. And so, but a lot of this was from Navelli. So this is
Okay.
Navelli, this is Navelli, and I wanted to use the navy blue from Navelli, but I made it to here and didn't have enough. So I ripped it out. And I was only going to rip it to
So she
this
knitted
point
it twice.
to make like this
Does
funky
hurt.
little triangle.
It doesn't seem to hurt her. She
No.
was ripping things out right and left.
But I did something really weird that when I was ripping out, like I got to this point, so all of this was still here, but when I tugged, the whole thing came off. It like unzipped.
Oh.
So when I picked up the salvage edge, I must not have knit through it or something. It was the most bizarre thing because I thought, what if it wouldn't have happened, if I would have had enough glue and I continued to do that,
What would have happened?
this whole thing would have pulled off.
That's weird.
And that would have been heartbreaking to have to reknit this. Because
Yeah.
this was practically the whole ball almost.
I'm
of
gonna
it.
show this
wow.
edge to people
So,
that we're talking.
yeah, there was a lot. It's basically 2 fingering weight sweaters there. So we were trying to figure out how to wear it. So I think my best option is going to be something like this,
Tying it around.
where
your waist.
it's, yeah, so I'll hook this up either with a pin or tie it. Let's see, I had it the other night and just have it like a shawl that way.
Okay.
So I had it all bunched around my neck, so I don't
that
know.
might get cold.
Until you go lift your arms and then it's a flash
Okay.
job.
So I definitely need to wear something underneath it, or do not go on any roller coasters.
A shirt that has
Or
some
wait a
kind of
minute.
words right here.
Maybe I could just. I could just arrange it.
Oh, Jennifer, would you wear your shawl?
Talk about we have to rename this shawl. No longer. Let's move on.
Okay, moving on.
That's all of my.
And now you know
Finished
why
up.
we wanted to get together and not do a Zoom meeting.
all that.
And you forgot to mention this was made of Sestari sock yarn, which
Oh.
is all cotton, and it does stretch a lot.
Okay.
I mentioned
That's
this
the
from
bamboo.
Pop. This is from
Yeah.
Long Tail Knits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's like
That's
it
it.
for like finished up this.
Okay.
So.
Whips? So whips.
So I'm working on socks, Crystal.
You know you can buy those puppies, right?
You can also make them and have quite a lot of enjoyment from looking at your foot knowing I made that.
I made a sock.
No. So I'm on sock one.
She could have tied it all like this.
Yes.
And her husband could have said, "Oh, where you at tonight?"
So this is the yarn I got from Cast On.
Oh, okay.
I think it was Fig and Posey.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then the pink, it's like a hot pink, is from Black Locust Farm, Sweet Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Sweet Georgia's?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh, I heard Sweet Georgia's coming out with a silk and wool yarn something.
Ooh.
and I just got these needles to use to make
Are
these.
those 8 inches? 'Cause
9
Chago-
inch.
Okay, Chago, I believe, has some 8-inch ones also.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
so this is a 9 inch, and I really like it. They're definitely very pokey. If you're not careful.
Oh, very sharp. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm just making a sock from.
So she's only gonna make one sock.
Yeah, probably only one
Because,
sock.
yeah, I think she's making them for Jen because Jen doesn't need a sock on one foot. She
You
just
missed my sock yesterday. I
Oh.
used the scraps from the sweater,
Oh.
and and you saw this cute little hand knit
It has a
sock
little toe
poking out.
knitted.
It was that big. I only had to make one, and it only had to be 2 inches long. Done.
There you go.
Yeah, so the sock recipe is from Melody Hoffmann on YouTube. She has the whole pattern on YouTube. I just happened to write it down and type it out so that I could have it. But so that's the sock recipe.
Keep track of what you're doing, so that way if you like it,
Yeah.
you can keep up with it.
And the only other thing I'm making is the little teeny tiny knits. So
To match
go with
that
the
hat.
hats. Yeah. So
Ah, okay.
the little mitt to put over their
Oh.
hands so they don't scratch.
You don't have to do the little thumb spot.
No, no thumbs.
Oh, I can do that.
So it's essentially a sock.
Oh, then never mind.
So yeah, that's all I'm working on. That's it.
So no fun stuff for you, just shop stuff.
No, just shop stuff. Inventory.
What are you working on, Crystal?
What am I working on? The same things I've been working on the months now.
I have language
Alright.
whips.
I have. I finished my row or my skein of yarn finally. That's what happened. So I have the belly, and I am like this far from the underarm on the back. This is just the
That really
The back,
matches
right?
the shirt you're wearing.
yes it does. So it is hopefully one of these years. Hopefully by our next New Year's cast on, it'll be finished. That's my goal. But I love how I'm not alternating skeins. Ooh, bad Crystal. But I love the way it turned out. I am just absolutely
Yeah, it's
loving
really
that.
interesting.
I'm really interested in seeing how it's gonna do when I add the next skein. You know, how it's
Right,
gonna
how
blend
it'll-
in.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's part of the bad part about not.
You have your choice of using which end you want to start with.
Right, and I
Might
figured I
blend
can
a
always
little bit.
look at where I'm at and then, go into the next color so that it kind of.
I really like the way it
blends.
looked like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really pleased with that,
Nice
so
sweater.
it'll be fun.
Yeah.
And I said, one of these things I'll actually finish it. What a concept. Then I needed a break because I was like going cross-eyed, so I just got some
Ooh, oh my god.
The thing has grown.
inexpensive Red Heart Tweed, I think it is, a ball of it does it this itself. And this calls for 2 balls of this. So this is gonna be a big long scarf
Yeah,
because I still have this much left of the first.
Oh,
Oh,
you haven't even
are you
started
gonna
the
use
second
all
ball
two?
yet.
I
That's
guess.
cray.
But it's an adorable eyelet. It's a
Yeah.
It looks
eyelet
soft.
rib. It's very soft, very squishy.
Squishy. I like the blue.
But I love how the color changes. This colorway is, it's not Morning Glory, it is some lilac bloom or something like that.
Yeah, I like that
But
blue.
yeah, it just changes throughout. And my last bit of this will be yellow and white
Wow,
mixed
sweet.
together. But yeah. So it's a 4 pattern repeat. And I made my own little doohickey here so I knew where I was. I got some numbers and I put them on stitch markers.
You made your own row counter.
Yes, so it's, that way I know what row I have finished.
Brilliant.
And I don't have to try to
Write it
figure
down.
it out. And it's 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, go back to 1.
Right.
And it's not like I have a number of rows that I have to do where I really need to count it. I just need to know what row I stopped at.
That's really a good
So-
idea. I like that with those little bulb
Uh-huh.
pins and some numbers.
Yep,
Yeah.
so those are my 2 whips. And I think I'm gonna finish this ball of yarn and then go back to Navelli for a while. And if I get to where I need a break, then just start the new ball of yarn. So that's all I'm working on. What are you working on?
Yes.
I am working on an afternoon in Lisbon. And this uses mantra, Morocco mantra.
It's like a fancy dicky.
And as you can see, it's done from one side to the other. And this is-
the sides.
And this is mosaic color work, so you don't have to,
Oh, I
you only
like
use one
that.
color at a time. And this is kind of driving me crazy because it's the garter stitch and on a shoe, because this is actually a DK and it had called for fingering. But you're supposed to then do a 3-needle cast off,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
3-needle binding on the
I'll do it.
outside, and then do I-cords on the rest of the bottoms, but we'll see.
So is the 3-needle, is that how you pick that up, or you have to seam it?
Yeah, you have to pick this up
Gonna lose
and
some
then do the
stitches.
3-needle
Okay, so that's how it's connected, is with the
connected, but on the
Okay.
outside to put a row of the green on the
Okay.
outside.
That's really
Interesting.
pretty.
So, oh, but just to prove that even though I've knit for 60 years or whatever, that you still make mistakes.
She doesn't make mistakes in design.
Yeah, right, no. Since I used a DK, I had to switch which size I was going to use. By measurements, I was going to do a size large.
What's that a DK?
I don't know. But by gauge, I need to do a small, but I
That's
kind of
like-
forgot that I was going to switch.
Yeah.
So this actually isn't quite the same with this side as this side, and I figured nobody would ever notice.
No.
Except for now that you've told us
Yeah,
every time.
and
we
the
see
red's
one.
not.
Are those equal?
So when you see her cock your head to one side and go, something's up.
You know, I'm going to like crochet a little thing there. You'll never know.
Never know.
Never. A blind man running for a bus would never see it.
No. Now, you had said your husband wasn't thrilled about the stripes. How does he feel now that you've added that mosaic piece to the shoulders? Has he seen it?
I think he's still.
I think that's really cute.
So my weekender came out of hibernation because I was looking for.
Oh my gosh, she's on circular needles, look at that.
I know,
I
they're
know.
not straight. I don't
Straight.
understand.
them.
Ooh.
I was looking
nice.
for a darker blue to put up here, and I never could find one. So,
I love
I
that.
like it.
I'm just finishing it as design. So this is the Henry Mari.
I can't do it. It's boxy.
I want to do
Yes.
this so
It's
badly.
very oversized, yes.
I like it.
I love the weekend.
That is
Oh,
gorgeous.
I want to do this.
yes.
Just
No.
Because it's worsted weight pattern and I've got a lot of rowing.
Yeah.
Top to bottom?
Bottom up.
Bottom up, okay.
Bottom up. Oh, bottom up. I had such a
Okay,
hard
so
time
that
bottom up, knowing how when to
Yes.
stop. That I'm like, well, it's a good thing that I went that extra like 2 inches because otherwise it was gonna be like right underneath my boobs and that wouldn't have been pretty.
Depends, right? I
With your linen dress, it would have worked just fine.
Right, I like
No, because then it would have like hung over the surface and been like flapping in the wind. So not fun.
So this one, if you did the bind off of the shoulders,
Yeah.
Which is similar to the belly, right?
Yeah.
which is very similar to Navelli, although I changed my Navelli. But if you, I did, I'll warn you, there were a lot of notes on Ravelry about the sleeves being too tight.
Yes, I've heard
Yeah.
that.
So I did a longer sleeve drop, I did 8 inches. But then if you did this, then you could try it on and say, oh, I made that too long, you could stitch it on the side a little bit.
Right. Well, and that's like with these sleeves, I knew that I added several stitches to this because I knew that my upper arms are
Yeah.
bigger than.
Yeah, I often have trouble with tight sleeves, so I always.
So yeah, they have a little bit of a flare, but my arms go in them, and it's not like it's skin tight.
Yeah.
So I did make that change.
So that's my whips. Awesome.
See, my
I was
whips,
gonna say you have whips. Don't you?
because I've ordered some kits and have stuff ready to go that I'm trying to clear out my whips, and this was one of them. And speaking of I-cord, there was an I-cord bind off on this whole thing, which
That's a
is
lot of I-cord
totally
binding.
worth it. And it did allow me time to like
And it's
think
gorgeous.
and
Yeah.
be peaceful because it's you get into a rhythm on it.
Right.
So it was
That's a lot of
I-
it was two days of binding off. So, but
And
it
2
was-
days for her would be like 8 days for me.
Right here.
Because
when
I
you
would only get
mentioned
like
I-cord,
20
I'm
minutes
like,
at a
I-cord.
time.
How could I not have mentioned the I-cord? But the two whips that I have left are both by Cozy Up Knits, and I grabbed the wrong one. But one is the Grande double wrap, and I want to say I learned how to brioche, but it doesn't look like the brioche in the pattern. But I really like the pattern it's creating. I'm not going to come close. It's kind of like a waffly pattern.
It is.
So
Oh.
it doesn't
Oh,
look
yeah.
like brioche.
No, it doesn't, but it's really cool. Maybe you
So
invented
maybe I
something
invented
new.
a new stitch. And I'm to the point where I'm like, I am not ripping this out.
Oh,
I'm
no, it's
happy
really
with the
cute.
pattern, and I think it has to do because depending on which way you're going, you're slipping, you're yarn overing, and you're either pearl brioching or knit brioching. I think I'm doing the yarn over wrong. I think at one point I'm supposed to with the yarn in front versus the yarn in back, but I'm consistently doing it wrong, and I like the pattern.
So it's a good thing.
It's a design element.
It is, and I'm sticking with it, and I know what I'm doing, and I tend to keep repeating it. So it does. I feel like it's the Grande double wrap, no brioche. It's
A la Jen.
yeah, it's with a waffle. So it's
Yeah.
a Grande double wrap with a waffle.
Waffle cone ice cream with the coffee pour.
There we go.
Mm.
So I apologize to Cozy Up Knits who wrote a beautiful pattern, and I have muffed it up. So, and then I'm working on another pattern, which I thought I grabbed the bag, but I didn't, and I'm not sure where it is. I just started the Crux, and it's got a bunch of yarn overs or eyelets and all of that. So it's got 5 minis and a full skein of fingering, and then also from
Oh,
Farmhouse.
Yes.
I showed this the last time. It was a little bit smaller, but I keep working on it. I want to get the stuff off the needles now.
What is the yarn? The blue?
Oh, it's South American. I'm not.
The Mano still?
Yes, there it is. So I've got the pattern down enough that I can do this and not pay too much attention to it. But I still have quite a ways to go on it because it's sewn together and becomes a poncho.
Oh.
And I might have it done by the next Discovery Yarn Tour, which they're having. I'm not. They're meeting a lot and they're talking about
Okay.
it. So I'm excited to hear that they're doing
Yeah.
the yarn tour. And
Something
It's
about
gonna be part virtual and part in shop, so we'll see how that plays out.
probably like the larger shops will be open and like the smaller ones I would assume would be virtually.
I'm not sure. So
Sure.
I'm
We'll
sure
find
they're
out.
going to come up with something great. It's a month long, so they'll figure that out. And also, we were looking into because I don't think they've canceled it yet.
The I-75.
The wool gathering
Oh.
at Young's Dairy over in Springfield
Okay.
in September. So we're hoping
That's because we want an excuse for an outing.
Yeah.
an overnight.
An overnight outing, yes,
Yeah.
where there's knitting in the evening and a little
Wine and, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, who am I kidding? A lot of wine.
So yeah, we'll come up. Hopefully things will be a little calmer then.
Mhm.
But those two are we're looking forward to the Discovery Yarn Tour and the wool gathering, and hopefully those are a go.
Right. So what did we do yesterday?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, first of all,
Well, 3 of us did something yesterday.
Kristen had to work. We tried. The Crazy 8 Ball told her that she should
had
go.
to take a day off.
So our friend Brenda up at Cast On, loves to put up beautiful posts. That's where I got my yarn for the Waves of Change. She knows how to cast the hook out and reels me in every time.
And then you get us.
And then this one, I shared this video with them about a video that Brenda shared with me because I kept asking her, do you have any of these bags? Do you have any of these bags? She's like, they're coming, they're coming, they're coming. They came. Ready, ladies?
I didn't do it.
So I finally have a waxed canvas bag. It has been a long time coming. I know I've been looking at the fringe and trying to decide if I want to do the fringe. But they do come in 3 colors. It's by a Magner in Athens, Georgia. And this gentleman, he's a pilot or was a pilot. And he hand makes these. And so they're American made.
And these are the 3 colors.
Yep. So we've got the brown, the gold, and the blue, which is the signature color from Cast On.
I say mine is empty. I don't know.
No,
So it
mine's not empty.
has
Of course it's
a pocket with grommets. I just got mine. Because I didn't go, and then other pockets over here.
Severe FOMO. It's like you can't miss out on these. And of course, my husband and Darcee's husband, we shared later, this was sitting on the table and my husband's like, this is really nice. I would like a backpack made out of this. So he's gonna be doing a little research to see what other bags they have in their store. I have not, we just picked these up yesterday and I have not had a chance to look at his story further. But inside my bag, and I'm trying to tell myself I have to finish one of these whips before I get started, but I'm wanting to do the Festive Doodle by Caitlin Hunter. And this is the yarn I purchased, I got from, Heidi and Lana. So I called up or messaged Margaret and I said, I want to make the Festive Doodle, but I'm terrible at matching colors. And so she knew the pattern right away. And she was able to put a couple pairs together. So I have indigo, basil, farmhouse, and blush. And so that's going to be, yes, absolutely. And the sweater looks kind of ruggedy. I don't remember what she used, but it's a lot of color work. I saw it on the Knot House podcast, and it was just beautiful. So much the warm colors, and I kind of wanted to go towards the brighter colors.
Right.
And I thought Margaret did a nice job matching those up. So they're caked, ready to go, but I feel like I need to finish one of my whips before I get started on that, but you know.
I think that'd be very addictive because you see the color pattern going,
Right.
so I think you have to finish your whips
Yeah.
before you do that.
Yeah.
And I, of course, while I was up at Cast On, had to put something in my
What you
bag.
got in your bag?
So I had this pattern in mind for my shop. Just a little baby romper.
Oh my god.
And I wanted neutrals, and I wanted something, made in the U.S., nice fiber.
Oh, this is going to be perfect.
And I got these.
Oh my gosh.
These are all Brooklyn Tweed. So, what's this color? Morel and Thaw. So I thought these would be cute to make with that.
It's just going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Adorable.
So, of course, I can't walk out with an empty bag. I have to
Look
put
how it
stuff
matches
in
her
it.
bag.
I might have a thing for, neutrals. But I have that hot pink sock going on.
Yeah, that's true. You've got your pop of
It's
color.
out of my element. It's really hot pink, see?
Look at it, just glows inside that bag.
Yeah, this is the bag I never noticed on the pattern from the Navelli. This is the bag she's holding. Look.
I could totally make that. You got that up at
Look at this.
Gwen Aaron's?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's where I got this bag.
It's up in Youngstown. Yarnstown.
Yarnstown.
Youngstown.
I forgot to bring the pattern. I picked up some Medina, depending on
I say.
Yeah.
It's gotta be Medina.
It's
if you're
gotta
this
be
close to
Medina.
to make a little scarfy thing, which I forgot to bring the pattern up.
And I have the pattern pattern for night shift, and
Oh.
Brenda said that the Medina makes a nice night shift also.
Really?
Night shift's a shawl.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A really big shawl.
Um, That pink sweater that I
Like
made,
big.
the shifty,
I think there's 2 sizes of it.
there's
Oh.
the
Okay.
the shifty is the sweater, there's the shift, which is the cowl, I think. I may
That's
be totally
Andrew and
wrong.
Mallory.
And then there's the
Yes.
night shift, which is the blanket.
So
I
other
like it, yeah.
acquisitions. I was at Black Locust Farm and picked up some Zoe in these 2 colors, which are really lovely. And I'm going to make the Arte Nouveau.
Looks like
It's the Navelli sister.
sister, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
the
a little
sleeve.
more. It's a
Oh,
little
I
more
like the
fitted.
sleeve.
Yeah.
A little more fitted. And wisely, Kathy told me that this color and the dark blues might bleed, and since I was going to do color work, to wash it in advance. And I'm really glad she told me that because it took a long time for the color to rinse out of that. And then I added some vinegar to one of the last rinses to help try and mordant it in. And Kathy also helped me with this one, which I had started in something else and it wasn't working.
Cute too.
And this is called Pangera Pullover.
Your original colors were the red and the gold.
The red and the gold, and I just didn't like the way it was working out. So I picked out a cotton because I'm into summer right now. And this is, okay, I'm blanking. Pima Cotton,
It's that COVID brain.
yes. Pima Cotton Light from the Cascade, I believe. Isn't that terrible? And I have my leftover bamboo pop that I'll use with that.
Oh, nice. Those are some.
And then from Designing Woman, I picked up some quinoa to do breakwater. And this is kind of a, I don't know, what would you call that blue? I don't know.
Nice navy.
Steel blue.
Denim blues.
Denim blue, yeah.
Wow. So all 3 of those sweaters will be done by next week.
Uh-huh.
While I'm sitting at my desk, funking in numbers. Awesome.
And then I had also purchased, this one was from, like I said, I've been into kits lately, which I've never done before. Hang on, it's right there. Herbs and Thistles. Sorry.
Ding, 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 ding.
It was right there. She had baited me in with a kit by Barocco, and I've never used Barocco, so this is Lettlopi. So it's extremely rustic. It's one of those sweaters that you
Wow.
would wear
You need
as a coat.
3 shirts underneath this thing.
Pretty much. And I bought the colorway Autumn Leaves, and it's for the pattern, sorry about the crinkling,
I like the
Weatherman.
color. Ooh, I like this greenish color in
Yeah,
here.
she had 3 different kits put together, and one was this, it's called Autumn Leaves. There was
That's
Ocean, and I can't remember the other one. It was blues, and then there was this, and then there was a third one. And I love the color work, so, and I've never used Barocco.
Yeah.
Is this Barocco?
No, this is Lopi.
Lettlopi, yes. So I'm not sure why I have a Barocco thing here.
A sticker, maybe she just threw a sticker in.
It's a Barocco dropship project. So maybe the patterns by Barocco?
Purchase
I don't
helps support your local yarn shop.
Yeah. So that was one of my COVID purchases.
You probably
And
can't.
there's a whole nother bag of this gray in the other one. Yeah, so this isn't the whole thing, so there's more, but that's one of the projects that will be waiting for me to do.
Waiting in the wind.
Yes.
So I belong to a yarn club. It's Destination Lane. I think we've talked about it before, where Destination Yarns does yarns, and then Erin Lane does the bags, and they alternate the
Yes.
subscription I have is alternated. There's several different ways you can do it. So last week I got this lovely little package, and let's do this side, that has all these lovely little flamingos, and they give you a
Have you opened it
teaser.
yet?
Yes. They give you a teaser picture that's all pixelated, and you're supposed to try to guess the destination.
Right.
Yeah, no way. It's not happening.
Now, is this a hint to the destination?
It kind of is, actually. It kind of is. So the yarn this month is this. And the destination is I don't know if it's Natron or Natron. Natron. It's a lake in someplace in Africa that flamingos tend to be at. But it is just a lovely, this is a fingering weight. Yeah, the fingering weight, it's the merino with some nylon. So there are some people that would make socks out of this.
Socks.
I am not one of those people, so we will see what it becomes. So next month there should be a bag that will correspond with this.
Oh, that should be fun then too.
Actually, that's this month, because this was May's. So, yeah, so that'd be fun.
Yeah.
And then I also splurged on yet another set of interchangeable needles.
Yeah, I want to see those too.
These are Zings, and they came in this lovely case. And I'm embarrassed to say I did not go to a local yarn shop and get these. I used dear old Amazon. But all the stuff that's in there, so I'm thrilled. I used a set of Zings that I got at Around the Table Yarn.
Yeah.
They were
A sample.
and I absolutely, no, I bought the fixed set and made a hat with it, I think. I absolutely loved the Zings, so
I like the Zings, yeah.
I've been eyeballing that set for a while.
I don't have the interchangeable, but I have several of the long ones, because I, as you know, still like 14-inch needles, and they have them.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I have one set of Zings, and I did buy them at Round the Table also. Mine are size 4.
Mine are 6s. But yeah.
So pretty.
I think that's acquisitions for me.
Me too.
We're running kind of long.
Yeah.
We're
We're
done.
about
We got
45
pretty much
minutes.
all of it.
So before this whole thing hit, we were hoping to visit a whole bunch of local yarn shops and talk about their story and what their
Small
shop.
interviews with
Yeah.
them, the owners.
So hopefully in the next month, we might see some restrictions change a little and we might be able to get up to some shops near us. I know we've been looking at a few and maybe figure out a way to do our podcast from those shops. If not, we will come back at you similar format.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll be back. We just don't know how yet, but
Stay safe.
That's right.
Everyone stay safe and healthy.
Keep knitting,
Yeah.
because it's good for your mental health.
yes, it reduces stress.
Okay.
Darcee has a stress watch.
It tells me I'm stressed.
So when
All the time.
I got this video on the bag from Brenda, I immediately sent it to all of them. We have a group chat on Messenger, and I'm getting it, I want it, and she goes, oh my gosh, my watch is telling me to keep doing what I'm doing. So this whole purchasing of the bag and talking about yarn made her heart rate change according to her watch.
Went down. Stress level dropped.
So I told her to keep buying yarn.
yeah.
So it was another excuse to go inhale some more yarn fumes, so your
Right.
stress level will go down.
I was getting worried though, guys. I gotta tell you, I was getting really worried because I knew what time they were leaving.
My husband even messaged, are you guys okay?
And I did not hear from them. I'm leaving work and I have not heard from them. So it's like,
We traveled about an hour and 10
An hour
minutes
to get
north.
there, yeah.
are you guys okay? Because I really thought I would hear something from you by now. And they told me that they were in jail waiting for Alison's husband to come bring the bail money. And I'm like, gosh, you didn't call me? I mean,
It felt like the right response.
Yeah.
She said, are you okay? We're still in jail.
We're waiting for bail.
Brenda did leave us unsupervised
Uh-huh.
in the shop.
Which was exciting.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was just like, oh my gosh, I've never been alone in a yarn
We
shop
were
before.
actually really well behaved.
Especially when I can
It's-
go off the
yeah.
hook when
I
I'm
think the
around
boot
the owner.
helped keep her from attacking me when I had things in my hands. So
It weighed me
did you
down.
have to play?
no,
yourself?
she wasn't. No, we were well behaved.
No, but I did promise Dave to make sure she used her crutch.
Crutch, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was carrying my crutch a
Yeah.
lot before we left, and Alison made the comment, you're not supposed to take your crutch for a walk, you're supposed to use your crutch to walk.
Good job.
So,
We did well. We were behaved. So.
And we'll tell you how we misbehave in a month.
yes. There's
Future adventures.
future adventures for sure. So thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe. And thank you to all you podcasters out there that we love to watch. And you're keeping us going during this time
Yeah.
of being at home a lot. So we look forward to seeing your podcasts and keep them coming. And we'll try to keep ours coming too. So like and subscribe down below.
And comment.
Yes.
All right,
care.
take care.
Bye.
Bye.